Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gun Shop. I'm Niels Hansen, aka Guns for Hire, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about two major news stories. The Shay thing, which I'll go into a little bit of detail. I'm not going to go super detailed. This isn't drama alert. I'm not here to spread gossip. I'm like, oh my god, can you believe he did that? He deserves to be roasted. Blah blah. That's not what this show's about. And I want to talk about it more on a rational, compassionate level than accusatory and let's go get our pitchforks and torches and just slay everyone. I also want to talk about Pewdiepie being removed from Maker Studio, owned by Disney. So if you guys have been reading the headlines, of course, it looks like a much better headline when Disney removes PewDiePie. People are like, what? He worked for Disney? Everyone knows that. Well, Maker Studio, which we work for as well, I say we work for, we're part of the same network. We get paid, and every month our little check has a little Mickey Mouse on it. We don't work for Disney, but the Disney owns the studio, which actually was previously owned by Shay, which is our other story, and the inappropriate texting or sexting, as they call it, to another individual. I'm not here to roast anyone. As I've said before on the show earlier on, I don't like YouTube drama. I'm not, into that sort of thing here, but I think the topics themselves warrant a discussion in a broader sense, and that's why I'm bringing them up. I know, like, everyone's talking about them, and I read a lot of comments, and I gotta say it disturbs me. So let's go for the first one. We'll talk about PewDiePie in a bit, but let's talk about the Shay thing. So Shay, it came out, and Drama Alert covered it, but this is like a glorification. This is like rising everyone up, and everyone's easy and quick to point fingers and everything like that, and let's roast him, and oh, he's a piece of crap, and he's got a family and a wife, and blah blah blah, and all that other stuff. What he did was inappropriate. As a father, as a husband who loves his wife and loves his children, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know why you would ever do that. Why would, could you even possibly still love them? Because you basically have disrespected them. He's also, though, as it comes out, he's an alcoholic, and he's been an alcoholic for many years. I'm not saying that's your get out of jail free card here, people. I'm saying that he has a problem. And sometimes when you have a problem, whether it's drug related, alcohol related, anger related, or whatever, depression, mental issues, sometimes our behavior isn't, exactly an accurate reflection of who we are as individuals. It's a sickness. And sometimes in that sickness, we do stupid things. We do things that hurt other people when we don't mean to, but it happens. So I'm not saying that what he did isn't inappropriate and that there aren't, believe me, you know what? You know who he has to answer to? The most important thing. My opinion of what he did and what should happen, your opinion, all of your opinions, every single one of you out there watching this, all of you out there that are getting involved, none of your opinions matter. You know why? Because the only person or people in his life that really need to be held accountable is his wife, his children, and his family, and maybe his friends in real life. Everyone on the internet, while we're going to sling mud and point fingers, we're all irrelevant. We mean nothing. I hope that the people involved, his wife, his children, his friends, I hope that they don't suffer. I hope that this isn't something that destroys them. Now, while he's having issues and while, he's done things and there are going to be repercussions for it, my heart goes out to the family. My heart goes out to the wife who's dealing with this. The amount of pain that she has right now, trying to understand it. Maybe she's more forgiving. Maybe she knows. Maybe this isn't the first time it's happened and it's a relapse, especially if he is indeed an alcoholic. I don't know how many of you guys watch it. I watch a reality show with my wife called Intervention, and we watch it regularly on the TV every single week. Typically, there's a lot of heroin addicts and everything like that, but a lot of times there are alcoholics. And the behavior that they have, they don't want to do that stuff. They know that they have a problem. They continue to do things that hurt them and hurt the people that they love around them. But in the end, when true help is offered, they can make crazy changes in their lives. They can be better. And as long as people are compassionate enough and open heart enough to understand and sort of forgive them, then they can move on. Now, sexting, while it seems like a betrayal, and yeah, it is, but if it truly is related to a sickness that he has, alcoholism or whatever it is, maybe he's dealing with other stuff. If he didn't actually do anything, even if he did do something else, if he did it, he needs help. And he's not going to get help if people just turn him away and are not compassionate. I'm not saying that what he did didn't hurt them. He's going to take a lot of time, and only he's going to have to deal with that. And they're, like the wife and everything and the kids. Think about it. It's all over the internet. When certain things like this happen to other people, usually the kids are not aware of it. Usually the kids are left out of it and the adults deal with it. Because these topics and these issues can be very confusing to kids, and it can really hurt them. And they don't have the faculties to deal with it rationally. So the fact that all of his kids are subjected to this, they guaranteed they've seen it all. They're on the internet all the time. My heart goes out to them. So I think in this case here, I'd like to see that, Shay Carl gets some help. I'd like to see that, if indeed it truly is, that it's related to his alcoholism, I hope that people can find forgiveness for him, that he gets help, that he wants and he acknowledges. As long as you acknowledge fault and you want to work, it's not like he murdered someone. And as far as we know, it's not like he actually physically had an affair. He was saying inappropriate things. Maybe he was even drunk when he was doing it. I'm not saying it wasn't wrong what he was doing, but, pitchforks and wanting him to suffer and everything like that, it's not very compassionate. It's not very nice of us. It's like you and I should want the best for people. We should open our hearts, try and understand from their perspective, try and see it from their perspective before we pass judgment. If it ever happened to you, if you ever had that problem, maybe some of you do, and you're like, oh yeah, I know, I can kind of see that. You need to speak up. Sometimes that support is needed. As much as my reaction was probably the same as you, I'm like, oh my God, why would he do that? Everyone looks to him. He seems like such a nice guy. How could he do that to his wife? And then it's like, okay, well, he's also an alcoholic. I'm well aware of what happens with that. Again, I watch that show all the time. I grew up with, drug abuse in my family with my first stepfather died from cocaine overdose. I was physically abused for a number of years from other stepfathers. I had another stepfather who hung himself, again, cocaine. My own father had a drinking problem. I'm pretty sure he might still have it. Dad, if you're watching this, I don't know, but these things get hidden. But he did a lot for many years. I'm well aware of this. But people can change, but you got to be open to it. Anyway, I don't want to go dwelling on that too much there. I'm not going to pass judgment on it. I just want you to think a little bit before you get your pitchforks out and skew people. Do you see what I mean? So this isn't really a drama alert. This isn't about, doing what they do on there. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm trying to sort of keep people rational, be a little more compassionate, be a little empathetic, and try and find the goodness in you to sort of want to help people rather than want to see them suffer and then point the finger and spread it like gossip, because I'm not about that. The other part of this video is Pewdiepie. I'm not going to dwell too much on that. So Pewdiepie got, removed for anti-Semitic videos. And for that, what you mean is kind of like anti-Jew, Jewish people, hatred towards that. Now, if any of you know this, if any of you guys know Pewdiepie and everything like that, you know that he does ludicrous things. He does crazy things. And he's always outlandish. And most of you, and I've read the comments, are like, it's just joking. It's not serious, blah, blah, blah. I get that. And I understand that. Because I do, like I've said, I enjoy his current stuff way more than I enjoyed his video game stuff. But that being said, I'm not one of those people that support trolling videos. I don't like it. I don't find it amusing. Although people are like, oh, they're just kidding around. Yeah, you may find it amusing. You find it funny. The person filming it finds it funny. But the person on the other end, I don't care if it's one individual or masses of them. You are purposely going out of your way to create misery in another human being. You're purposely, for your amusement, not just purposely doing it because you're a jerk or whatever, but you're doing it, putting them on display, and you're doing it to amuse other people. And guess what? A lot of you find it amusing. And I'm not saying that I'm higher than thou. I used to watch those things. I used to laugh. But there comes a change when you reflect on these things. And it's like, you know what? It's not fair on those people. It's not fair to see those people. I see it all the time, and it irritates me. I play a simple game at night, pool, a game of 8-ball pool. People can't even just be good sports. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, good shot, nice shot, thanks for the game. Whether I win or lose, whatever. People are like, you shoot a ball, you miss it, ha 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 ha, boom. I'm just like, Jesus, like, we're having a game here. You can't be a good sport. The internet in today's society is just, it's so filled with belligerence, insults, ignorance. it kind of disgusts me to see how many people enjoy the suffering of others for our own amusement. And I kind of see that with PewDiePie. I'm not going down. He's going to be fine. You know what I mean? Disney kicked him out of the network. YouTube canceled some programs with him, that Scare program that was a collaboration with Walking Dead. Yeah, you know what? He's going to take a hit. He has over 50 million subscribers. He's going to be absolutely just fine. And Maritza, his girlfriend, maybe common law at this point here, she has a highly successful channel as well, bringing in tons of money. They're going to be okay. But the point is that as much as and quick as you are to dismiss it as just jokes and everything like that, putting those things, even if it was meant to say, oh, look how ridiculous it is, it's not ridiculous to people or families, Jewish families, who have grandparents that died or family members that went through Holocaust or any other situation where hatred is perpetrated. You know, you may find it funny. Maybe they don't see the context of it. Maybe they don't know you. Maybe they just see it as hate and that's it. Maybe other people on the internet who are not exactly intelligent because they're out there, oh yeah, they're out there, just see it and they're like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't like Jews either, blah, blah. There's so much hatred. Let's just be honest here. You see it all the time. So why is it okay? You know, there's comedians, but it's not at the expense of other people. It's not, you know, we make these jokes, but a lot of people dismiss it. We're like, you make jokes about this and everything like that. There's got to be a line, man. There's got to be a line where the jokes aren't at the expense of other people's suffering and misery, or you perpetrate it, or it makes anger in other people. I get it. Like, it's a fine line. I'm not saying don't ever do any of those jokes because, you know, I get it, but you have to, again, it's like the Shay Carl thing. Try and empathize with the people that are on the other side. If it's like, it's not really a big deal, you kind of took it a little bit out of context, I could see why you're not getting geared up over it, or why, you know, did they overreact? I don't know. But I think with YouTube, there's no control. The level of morals and ethics on YouTube is so low. It's ridiculous. It's like there's no rules, and everyone thinks it's okay to act like douche nozzles on YouTube, all for everyone else's amusement. Personally, you know, I don't want to associate with people like that. I don't want to have conversations with people that are like that. You know, these same people, they're saying, oh, it's jokes and everything like that, and they don't see a big deal, but, oh, God forbid a corporation do something that they don't like. Raise the price of a video game. Anger and all this is outrageous, and you're ripping people off, and this is wrong. Oh, but it's okay for people to make jokes about groups that were decimated and abused and killed and tortured over time. It's okay to joke about that, but God forbid a corporation raise the price of a video game or something that you actually care about. I find it very hypocritical of a lot of people on YouTube. They act like their level of morals and ethics is so high in certain regards, and then when it comes to individual people's, you know, emotions and compassion, you're out to lunch on that, man. I mean, even in this, I see people's reaction. I don't know who you are individually. I don't know you specifically. I'm not calling you out as per names. But when you make comments, instead of sharing your opinion, say, I disagree with you, Niels. I disagree with you, Guns, because of this. Or you're completely out to lunch. This is why. You resort to insults. You personally attack me. You personally insult me rather than talk in a discussion. If you're incapable of doing that, I don't want to hear from you. You know what I mean? There's no problem. I'm not here to oppress your freedom of speech. You express your opinions, but do it in a reasonably intelligent and non-attacking manner. Do it without being angry. You know, use your cortex. Don't use your emotions. Be rational in your thoughts. Stand by it. I'm not here to change your mind, but you know, don't be a douche when you do it. Anyway, that's it. Those are my thoughts. I just wanted to talk about it, the Shay Carl and the PewDiePie thing, not as drama, but as a discussion overall of the sort of moral and ethical compass that we have here on YouTube, or lack thereof. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Again, follow me on Twitter. Continue the conversation there, because I will be in the comment sections here for a little bit, but mainly on Twitter. Those links are in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Gun Shop. If you did, hit the like button. I'll see you guys next time.